One of the things that interests me about Romeo and Juliet is that we tend to think of it as this universal story of thwarted young love, the greatest love story of all time. Whereas in fact, the way it depicts love is quite historically specifically grounded in early modern ideas about love. Specifically, love as a quite complex physiological process. The 16th century Italian thinker Baldassare Castiglione describes this process as one whereby when two would-be lovers lock eyes, their eyes shoot forth lively spirits which enter the body of the lover through their eyes and kind of make a beeline for their heart and embed themselves in the blood nearest the heart, warming it and kind of infecting it with the qualities, the essence of the beloved. The idea being that when you fall in love with someone, you take on some of their attributes. You become less like yourself and more like them. And we see this happening in Romeo and Juliet. The chorus at the start of Act 2 describes this process quite precisely when he says that Romeo and Juliet are alike bewitched by the charm of looks, that alike signalling that this is a mutual passion, but also that they are becoming more like one another, more similar. And the way that they're becoming more similar, in fact, is that they're taking on the other person's gender attributes. Romeo, for instance, when Mercutio dies because Romeo has refused to fight Tybalt, sort of curses Juliet and says that her beauty has made him effeminate. And then when he does kill Tybalt and is back having this kind of extraordinary tantrum in Friar Lawrence's cell, Friar Lawrence also calls his behaviour out as an abdication of masculinity. And the nurse who's present there in that scene too points out that it's not just this, it's that he's behaving exactly in the same way as Juliet is. She's back in her bedroom, lying on the floor, blubbering and weeping as well. But interestingly, at other points in the play, Juliet rejects those norms of feminine behaviour that her society dictates and borrows from masculine cultural scripts instead. So she's the one to first declare her love, however unwittingly, and she's the one to first broach the idea of marriage. At the start of Act 3, in Act 3 Scene 2, she's got that soliloquy, which is a prothalamium, a lyric form delivered on the occasion of a wedding, traditionally by a male speaker. And then at the end of the play, as critics who've trained a Freudian lens on it have observed, she kills herself with this phallic dagger, and Romeo drinks his poison from a cup, which is the Freudian symbol for the female. So I think what this blurring of gender identities signals to us is not just that Shakespeare was well versed in ideas that were contemporary for him about the transformative properties of love, but also for us as 21st century readers and audience members, it signals that this archetypal heteronormative love story has in fact always been a little bit queerer than on the surface it might appear to be.